Welcome to our Thursday Land Academy member call. If you are new and or a guest, we're really happy you are here. As you can see, this call is a lot of fun. We do talk mostly about land, but we also have a good time doing it. Would you do this deal? We're in Lawrence County, South Carolina. We're 0.93 acres to me infill lot. Offer $4,050. They said, well, the county thinks it's worth $6,600 on this assessed postcard I got. So I want $6,600.
And they're a bank.
That's hilarious. Thinks we can sell it for $18,000. It's bank owned foreclosure.
The only reason the bank owns it is because they lent money on it to the person that owned it before you. That person defaulted on the loan and now they own it. And that's why they're falling back on assessed value. Let's go run through the 3As. Acreage. This is an infill lot, by the way. Full blown infill lot deal. It's an acre. That's good. Most of the properties are. That passes my tests. Attribute. It's got attributes. I think, it's close to a large city. There's a lot of stuff around it. Whatever, this is all positive. Some pretty nice houses over here. Alive, it's a bank. Yes, they're alive. Adjacent, this has got a property right next to it. This is how we're going to value this one in a second. Access, yep, it's got great access. So it passes most of those tests. Affordable is the last one. Is this a good deal? Is it a good financial deal? This is across the street.
It's good.
It's worth $50,000, this house. We have no real data about when it was sold or any of that. So here's what's going on. Nothing's been sold or built on in 15 plus years. We've got a property that's worth, Zillow thinks it's worth $50,000 across the street. Next door, there's actually another, this is now on this street. Let's try it. I'm going to give them one more chance here. Yeah, so Zillow thinks this property is worth, for some reason, assessed value. Sold in 2011 for $25,000.
See when the house was built real quick.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think we're done here. It's got a pretty substantial power line easement on the back of the property. The properties in the surrounding area are $40,000, $50,000. The max in a healthy market, the max that you should pay is 10% of what you think a new house value might be. That might be $80,000 or $90,000. No one's going to build in a market like that anyway, which is why these properties haven't sold the lots haven't sold in 15 years. So I wouldn't buy this property at all. It's not the property itself. The property's great. It's just I
originally said yes. What do you think? And then I'm like, it's like you can't build a home for as cheap as they're selling it. That's the problem. Would you do this deal? Sevier County, Tennessee, 17.71 acres. Accepted offer price is $97,321.26. I'm guessing that's exactly what Sandy sent out. Seller states there's a road to the property. Also, electric to the property, but not on it. It's on top of the mountain. Seller says they've had offers of $60,000, but refused them. If I'm going to be off the grid, I can be off the grid there. Yeah.
There's a chance that there's a spot here to put something from what it looks like here. And you need to verify this. It might not be as bad as I think. There might be a spot, and probably is. Access. Yes, it's got access. It's got pretty good access. You can tell that by the sillily named cabin. Adjacent, there's nothing except this cabin. That might be good. That might be an attribute. The attributes are clear on this. Geez, you can see for miles and the whole thing's positive. And acreage is great. It's 17 acres, most of which is not usable, but that's still okay. The issue is the money.
The Wall Street Journal did a feature on this county. They talked about how it's a draw for retirees and people who went to Florida for a while and said, but they weren't going back to Michigan. And they just kind of got stuck in between. And it's since become a big draw. So that could be part of the reason why you're seeing land sales be pretty strong there. You have people with money, retired, looking to build something.
So anyway, the numbers are 675-ish sold and 300 active. So those are good numbers. I mean, it passes the test. But I'm trying to justify 17 acres that are half usable for $100,000. 4 acres. So this isn't incorrectly priced. If it passes the days on market, I would look at it. This is a lot of work. Send somebody out there. You've got to get drone shots. You've got to make sure it's buildable. There's a lot. You're probably a month away at least of making a real good solid decision about, yes, it's usable. And then it's going to take a while to sell. Since we started looking at this property, I've gone back and forth 5 times, at least in my head, saying, nope, maybe, yep, nope, yeah, I don't know. I don't know this market. And then the Wall Street Journal thing happened. So this takes a lot more research. I'm glad you brought it up in this environment. We really need somebody that knows these markets this market really well to tell you, oh yeah, it's going to sell. Yeah, this is a boots on the ground property.
I said, would you do this deal? Hubbard County, Minnesota, 9.94 acres, gravel road on 2 sides. So the access, they're alive. Adjacent are mobiles and houses nearby. $14,700 accepted. Comps are to sell between $35,000 and $45,000. Minimal slope, no wetland.
In Minnesota, property down here is more valuable in money dollar-wise than it is up here in general. But man, it's beautiful up here. So this is clearly agriculture. Clearly.
I like it.
I do too. This is Minnesota.
There we go. I like it.
I do too. I love the dirt. Let's just see if we can justify the price here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you sell it for $3,000 an acre?
10 acres for $14,000. That's cheap. 3 acres, 67, 2 acres for 90, 3 acres for 110. So I love this deal. It only gets better if this is all being used or recently being used agriculture. That only makes it that much more valuable. Why is agriculture so valuable? 2 reasons. One, it's really easy to value agricultural property. There's all kinds of universities and websites and tons of government places that value acreage that's agricultural. There's 2 types of agricultural property, with being used or not being used. This is being used. This is the better one. The real reason is that zoning rules and laws about agricultural property are the most attractive you can possibly get. If it's zoned industrial, you got to use it as industrial. If it's zoned as SFR, you got to build a house on it if you're going to use it at all. With agriculture, there's a slew of all kinds of uses that you can use. And so this property checks every box that I have, but I wouldn't, I'd put it under contract for sure if you haven't already, but you still need somebody to say, oh yeah, we could sell it for 30 or 40 or whatever number. I hope you have a fantastic acquisition week. We'll be back same time, same place.